Stand on a hill between the earth and sky. Now all is still where the yawless colors fly. Our course is run and the setting sun ends our tenuous day. Eyes are dry at the last goodbye. This is the Ateneo way. Merry for you, for your white and blue. We pray you keep us merry, constantly true. We pray you keep us merry, faithful to you.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugo, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong.
The Jesuit Hour.
Wait, what? No! Let's try that again. Join the fun bunch of the Hugot Hour with Father JBoy as we talk about anything and everything under the sun. Share your everyday hugot moments and everyday hugot quotes. G, tara na! Usap tayo. Bring your own baon, bring your own hugot. The Hugot Hour with Father JBoy and friends is now in session.
Ayan! Hello everyone! Magandang gabi po uli mga katipuneros at katipuneras. Welcome to Radyo Katipunan's The Hugot Hour. Teka mo, katipunan ba yung sinabi ko? Welcome to Radyo Katipunan's The Hugot Hour, and I am your host, Father JBoy Gonzales of the Society of Jesus. You see guys, the celebration of Christmas often changes in sync with our life's milestones. It's ups and downs, it's ebbs and tides, it's curves and zigzags. Tonight, we'll hear about memories of Christmas and how Christmas celebrations surface those that matter, the values that mark our lives, the traditions that mediate them. And tonight, we have my former students. Kaya excited po ako kasi parang reunion po namin ito from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, members of ICTUS. Kung maalala ko, ICTUS means In Christ Trust for University Students, a Catholic organization that celebrated 40 years this year. Imagine, 40 years na sila. Mas matanda pa yata sila sa... Ay, hindi. Konti lang. Sali na po at ikwento sa amin ang mga nagdaan mong Pasko. So once again, this is Father JBoy Gonzales and the Hugot Hour is now in session.
Attention please.
Tara na! Grab your baon box. The Hugot Hour is now in session.
Alright, so we're back and heto, these are my students who I will introduce one by one and I'd like them to introduce their kids also. They're all mga pamilyado na. Dati estudyante ko, di ba, tumatanda na talaga ako sobra. First of all, I'd like to introduce to you, ito kinasal ko, si Zay at saka si Richmond Reyes. Nakasama ko sila sa ICTUS at meron silang tatlong cute na girls. So Zay muna and then Richmond. Pakilala muna tayo.
Okay. Hello, I'm Zay Reyes. Sabi nga ni Father, I met him sa UP ICTUS. So, I married a fellow ICTUsian. And yun, we are parents, proud parents to 3 girls, Zia, Rio, and Raya. So, yes. Hello.
Rich.
Hello. Hi, I'm Richmond Reyes. I'm the husband of Zay Reyes. And yes, we're lucky to have 3 girls, Zia, Ria, and Raya. And yun nga, we met sa ICTUS. I think, on my graduating year. Zay was on her freshman year. Still lucky and very blessed to have met my soulmate.
Yes, malalaman natin ang kanilang love story, no? Okay ba yung Zay, no? At saka Richmond, no? Pwede naman natin kwento.
Okay lang naman.
Sige. Ang susunod ay ito mga kaibigan ko din. Siyempre, ICTUsian. Ito si Angel at saka member siya ng Bukas Palad. At saka yung asawa niya wala dito. Nasa likod niya yata. Si Ryan. Pareho ko yung mga estudyante. Meron silang 2 anak, si Noah at saka si Vera. Welcome. Let's welcome Angel Echeverria.
Hello everyone, good evening. So my name is Angel Kianzon Echeverria. My husband is Ryan. I also met him through Father JBoy, diba? And then we have 2 kids. One is, si Noah is 6 years old. He studies in Ateneo. And my daughter is Vera. She's 4. Ayan. And she's in preschool. There you go.
Ayan, narinig ko nga. Sino yan? Si Vera ba yan? Narinig ko nga eh.
Yes.
Ito din, kinasal ko din ito. Dami ko kinasal. Si Nikki ay magkasama kami sa ICTUS din. Si Nikki Sarkinia. Siyempre, ang asawa niya ay si Gabi. At saka meron siyang 2 anak. Si Toby at saka si Drew. Okay, so Nikki,
Hello. Good evening sa ating mga kasama sa Radyo Katipunan. Thanks for inviting us here, Father JBoy. Ayun, si Father JBoy ang isa sa mga pinakaunang pinagpaalaman ko nung mangliligaw pa lang ako kay Gabi nun. So yun. And I got his blessing early on. Ayan.
Hindi, alam ko kasi mabait si Gabi. Hi, Gabi! Babagay sa'yo. Kaya. Di ba? So,
Yan tayo eh.
yan tayo. Laglagan portion to.
Aga
sige.
pa.
Maaga pa. 6:30 pa lang. Laglagan na. Grabe. Ito. Para simulan natin ang ating kwentuhan. Siyempre, pwede kayong magdala ng iyong inumin anytime sa lahat ng ating mga nanonood at nakakasama dito sa radyo. We will be very happy if you come and join us, especially mga kwento nyo tungkol sa Pasko sa iba't ibang parte ay panahon ng iyong buhay. Parte talaga. Panahon ng iyong buhay. At before that, I'd like to say hi to Lester. Hi, Lester. Lester Mendiola. Siya ay ating director ng Jesuit Music Ministry at humahay siya kay Angel kasi magkaibigan sila.
Yes.
Ninong mo ba? Ninong mo ba si Lester?
Ninong ni Vera.
Talaga?
Yes.
Oy, Lester, meron ka na bang regalo dyan? Sagutin mo naman sa chat. Sasabihin ko, may regalo ka na ba? Ayan, hello. Okay, alright. Sige, simulan natin. Tingnan natin pag-uusapan natin. Sa ating mahiwagang fishbowl. Muna tayo. Hala? Ano nga to? Okay, tamang-tama. Love life pag-uusapan natin. Ano ang yung pinaka-memorable Pasko date? O Richmond, baka magkamali ka. Ano yung pinaka-memorable Pasko date, Rich?
Parang kami ni Zay, I don't think that we have been into a Christmas date na as in yung Christmas day itself. We would usually go out and celebrate yung mga the day prior and have a good time maybe at the mall, watch movies. Yung nga, before ganun yung life na parang you just go to the mall without responsibilities, not looking at the things at home, but just celebrating and making sure that you're with your loved ones. So for me, would say we would usually go out, hang out somewhere, most likely Eatwood or maybe at power plant and just have a good time there.
Nung ano ba kayo? Kailan ba kayo naging kayo?
Naging kami.
Yes.
2003, Father.
2003, no? Nag-tuition pa kayo, di ba?
Yes.
Yes, kaya may maalala kayong Christmas na nag-date kayong dalawa? At saan kayo pumunta? Ibang kwento kasi kapag UP eh.
Wow. When I think dung time na yung first like what I've mentioned, I was graduating. Nung time na yun, naliligaw pa lang ako eh. Natatandaan ko she was with her high school friends and they had a Christmas party and sinundo ko siya doon and that's the first time I got to know her barkada. So it was memorable na after all of this time na when I got married with her, it was already around 10 years or 9 years na nakilala ko rin yung mga friends niya and it was a good experience na you really try to exert a lot of effort to have yung mga ligaw moments na yon na you show to yung mga people na kahit na hindi ka comfortable with dahil first time mo makilala na you would really try to want to meet them and be someone na na makilala ka nila na you're the person na may gusto dito sa KKZ.
Importante ba yung approval ng barkada, Zay? Nung magde-date kayo, susundin ka ni Richmond, tapos importante ba sa'yo na sana yung mga barkada ko magustuhan din si Rich, ganon?
Actually, Father, of course, parang sa akin, all-girls school kasi ako galing nung high school. So talagang parang may barkada. Kumbaga sila na yung parang naging family ko, of course, in school. So parang important din na na gusto nila, not naman necessarily gusto nila, pero kumbaga parang yung relationship, parang medyo very good yung relationship. So parang it was also very nice na parang even nung time na we were still getting to know each other, parang nakikilala nila yung kind of person who Rich is. So yeah, I think very important din yun because your friends, parang my friends from high school, sila pa rin yung friends ko up to now. They are our lifelong friends. So they've been with us from the start. So parang I feel na very important yung how they view your spouse, 'di ba? Your future husband, ganon. So, yeah.
I think that's a good thing to point out in celebrating Christmas, 'di ba? We celebrate it with people who really matter in our lives, 'di ba? And many of these people whom we would like to be with during Christmas are those who have shared our history.
Yep.
So I think that's one of the things we have to put out there, no? How important our friends are, and to maintain that friendship can also mean celebrating it, 'di ba? On important events like Christmas. Were there times when you have to celebrate as a barkada, no? Parang group date, ganyan. Nagkagaroon ba kayo ng ganyan? Kahit sino dito, ni Nikki or Angel, meron kayong karanasan ng gano'n na Nikki, sagutin mo na ako, nagumingiti ka dyan eh.
Kajut lang ba?
Kajut talaga.
yung group date kasi either kasama sina Julius, sina Angel, medyo it gives you a more relaxed setting, I guess. No, yung group dates, lalo na for busy people like us. Kasi Ictus, alam mo naman, 6 days a week ang ang trabaho natin sa Ictus, di ba? So, we really need to carve out that time and hindi mo masasadya na talagang magiging group date siya. Ayun. So, either right after an apostolate, magkikita-kita na lang sa labas. Ganun ang mga dates, di ba? So, hindi mo sinasadya nagiging group date siya bigla. Ayan.
Meron kayong experience na hindi naman talaga pinaplano na group dates, but nagsasama-sama tayo lahat. Ang dami ko alaala kaya magkakasama tayo lahat, ganyan. Siyempre, may mga iba, nandun mga mag-shota na. O kaya, ngayon, ang tawag ngayon, mag-jowa. Nagbabago kasi. Kaya, minsan nahihilo ko. Minsan may mga ganon, yung iba naman wala. Pero we're just one big barkada. Do you remember Christmas in SC? Yung tipong, naalala niyo pa ba yung SC? Wala na yata.
Yung nasunog, di ba?
Yung nasunog eh.
Nasunog siya, oo. Pero nire-rebuild siya ngayon. Pero iba na itsura niya.
Social na?
Yes. I think magbabago rin yung itsura ni Rodix doon.
Social na ba siya tingnan
sa bahay na alumni?
Oo nga. Na kailangan mo mag-English na kapag pag pumasok ka na sa SE.
Asar. English talaga.
English talaga.
What's your student number? Ganyan.
Correct. Ganyan. Hindi, pero one of the things that I always remember about hindi man group dates, but at least friends date, di ba? Ito, in UP, it's very, very simple. I mean, alam mo yung gathering over fishball, mga ganun.
Fishballs lang ang katapat, di ba?
Fishball ang katapat. O nga, ano nga yung mga kinakain natin doon?
Monay.
Yung mga
Monay with cheese.
Monay with cheese.
Carioca.
Teka.
Saan yung binibili yung carioca na yan?
May ate, di ba? Oo, may manang na pumupunta sa tambayan tapos bumibili.
Yan, lumpia toge, 3 for 20. Yung magkapatid na nagbebenta doon, di ba? Tapos may kasamang turon paghapon.
Hindi na siya 3 for 20 ngayon, Nikki.
Magkano na? Isa na ba 20?
Feeling ko syempre inflation.
Saka yung
labas ang mga edad.
Fishballs. Diba? Yes.
Pag nakaraan naman pinag-uusapan natin. Ganyan.
Oo,
pero my gosh, kung 3 for 20 during our time, which is around 2004, 2003, 4, 5, those times, kung 3 for 20 at that time, magkano na kaya yan? 20 pesos siguro isa.
20 pesos na isa ang turon sa UP.
Baka kasi lumaki na rin yung allowance nila.
Inflation, father.
Thank you, LQ, Pauline, for the 50...
Oy, ate ko yan.
50 stars. Hi, Pauline! Ganyan.
Ate ko yan.
For the stars you sent us. Ganyan.
Hi, ate.
Hello, ate.
Hi, ate.
Wow,
Merry
Nikki.
Christmas.
Diba? Tagal ko rin hindi nakikita eh.
Si Nikki kasi pag caroling dati, nahatid pa niya ako pa uwi kasi wala
Correct.
naman akong kotse. So,
Ako
nakapunta
ang
na siya
school
sa
bus.
luma naming bahay.
School bus
Parang
ng bayan.
nahatid mo na rin ata ako, Nikki.
Oh, ikaw
at
sa
some
Vista
point.
Verde.
Oo.
Vista Verde si Jay. Si Angel
Yeah, pag
sa
hindi
may-
pwede si Rich. Ayan.
Si Rich, correct.
Frisco. Yes.
Disco, yan. So lahat ng bahay actually nalibot ko na. Para ako nangangaroling pero walang ayuda.
Walang. Oo. Kasi inuwi mo yung carolers. Ganyan.
Oo.
Parang. Yun.
Oo,
Nakikihay
walang-
ate ako.
Hindi, yun na nga yung hatiran. Ang mga naman yung orong naghatid, ikaw, sino ba yung may mga parang
Si Mel.
Si Mel.
Si Jobert.
Si Jobert.
Si
Yan,
Jobert din,
masipag.
no?
Oo.
Si Danny.
Danny.
Ay, oo.
Danny.
Si
Danny girl.
May ano siya, may van siya, di ba? Kaya, kasya tayo.
Binenta mo na ba yung
Nangangaroling.
kotse mo, Nikki?
Ay, oo naman. Oo naman. Ilang beses na tayong Tsaka ilang beses na kami nahuli. Nahuli kami nila Mark Puraganan. Nahuli kami nila Julius and Angel. Maraming huli.
Ang best talaga yung Kia Pride ni Father JBoy.
Yes!
Ay, oo.
So,
grabe
nag-park
yun.
kami sa labas ng Starbucks Katipunan. Tapos sabi niya, okay na yan dyan. Dun sa may, may
Shakey's?
overpass. Oo. Tapos,
My God.
pinuntahan kami kasi na-tow na. Wala lang.
Oh, no.
Ayan.
Tapos sinabi ko,
Ganda
sa inyo na.
Hindi ko na
Huwag
kukunin
nyo na
yan.
ibalik.
Huwag nyo na ibalik. Kasi yung Kia Pride na yun, alam mo ba, marunong talaga na kung saan siya masisiraan. Yung talagang masyadong embarrassing. Yung U-turn sa ilalim ng flyover ngayon ng Ateneo at saka Starbucks, doon talaga siya sa gitna na hindi umandar. Doon talaga gitna. Alam mo yun? So yung traffic, di ba? Pagkatapos doon, yung sa Libis, yung flyover ng Libis, doon pa sa tuktok, nakakainis talaga. Sirang-sira
Correct.
talaga yung dignidad ko noon. No, pero talaga, itong pinag-uusapan natin, alam mo yun, yung character ng pagkakaibigan at saka yung character ng samahan, nagiging panghabang buhay, di ba? Yung parang
Tama,
yung,
Father.
no?
True.
At saka nakakatawa kasi hindi kailangan mahal ang pinanggalingan.
Tsaka hindi kami laging kailangan magkita. So si Father J-Boy, nakita ko siya 2 months ago kasi may work trip ako to Davao. Tapos parang walang 10 years na lumipas, ganun. And si Nikki too. Si Nikki and Julius, nakita ko sila last concert na napanood namin was si Ebe Dancel.
Ebe
No?
Dancel,
So,
diba?
magkakasama rin kami. As in, bago mag-lockdown. Ayan.
Bago mag-lockdown pala.
Yun. So, parang, tuloy-tuloy lang yung friendship kahit di kami laging nagkikita. Yun. So, masaya.
Yeah. Ang tawag dyan, low maintenance friends.
Siguro
True.
rin, tingin ko parang parang kunyari, like kami ni Angel or sila ni Nikki, hindi naman kami nakikita. But parang si Ictus, parang because we are Ictusians, kumbaga parang forever bonded. Kunyari, pag may tamo may pinost, kunyari si Angel, ganyan, parang
True.
you heed the
Thank
call
you.
or parang ganon. Kasi kumbaga, technically, parang we're bonded na talaga by the org that that brought us
Yes.
together. Kaya ayun.
Parang gusto ko bumalik doon at saka mag-reminisce na wala na yung tambayan na, naalala yung tambayan na ang
Oo nga.
pangit-pangit.
Oo.
Yung gano'n, na punong-puno
Grabe ka sa
ng,
makapangit ah.
Ang ganda
Sobrang-
kaya niya.
Ganda kaya nun.
Paka-quaint.
quaint.
Oo.
Sige, gawa ka ng gano'n kaya sa bahay mo. Tingnan natin.
Cozy.
Sige, miniature version, Father. Gagawa akong
Saka yung hindi, pero, syempre, pangit aesthetically para sa akin, no? Brown, alam mo yung brown, alam mo yung kulay
Dark
ng,
brown.
dark brown, yung kulay ng, ng upuan sa,
Classroom.
classroom.
Oo.
Ganun talaga.
Parang
Tapos,
medyo,
ang daming sulat ng mga members ng Ictus. Naalala niyo yun?
Mga vandals
Yes.
kasi kami.
Vandals.
kasi,
Malami.
I was here.
yes, minarkahan na, ganyan.
Ano yung alaala nyo nung tambayan na yun na hanggang ngayon ay hindi nyo makalimutan? Na, kahit isa lang, I'm sure ang dami, no? Pero, kung titignan natin, isipin nyo na malapit na yung Pasko. Sabihin natin yung duration ng August hanggang December. Siyempre, hindi ko naman itatago kung bakit sinabi kong August, September. Kasi nagpa-practice na tayo noon, di ba?
Yes.
So yung mga ganun type, ano yung mga maalala ninyong
Ako, talagang very clear sa akin yung Three Christmases with Ictus na yung caroling. Tapos si Feliz yung tutugtog or si Mel. Parang nagbabago-bago din kasi gumagraduate yung mga pianists namin. Tapos yun, si Nikki tsaka si Julius nagigitara. Si Ron and Don, 'di ba, yung twins natin na nagigitara din.
Macho dancer isa.
Sino nga ba doon yung sinasabi yung macho dancer? Si Ron ba yun?
Sorry. Naka-record ba to?
Broadcast.
Live.
Broadcasted kaya to.
Sorry na guys. Ron, ikaw yun.
Tapos parang
Sinabi
kahit
ko na nga ba
gabing-gabi
si Ron?
na, 'di ba, Father, maririnig mo yung kanta ng mga Ictusian sa wafting through the air sa tambayan tsaka sa buong parish actually, and ilang beses na tayo napatahimik kasi misa na kumakanta pa rin tayo. Yun.
Oo. Pero yung lateness ng pag-practice, inaabot tayo more than 10 o'clock, di ba? Remember? Parang ganun.
Yes.
Kaya tayo hinahatid ni Nikki.
That's right. Kasi wala na masakyan guys, FYI. Hanggang alas 9 lang po ang ikot at ang pantrangko. So,
yes, UP Pantrangko po
UP
yung
Pantrangko
jeep
po yung jeep natin. Para naman papunta sa Vista Verde, hanggang alas 8 lang po ang sakyan.
Ang UP Katipunan hanggang
UP
8
Katipunan
lang.
hanggang 8 lang po, mga kaibigan.
Hindi po kaya sa baon ng taxi.
Kaya ayan, Nikki to the rescue.
That's right. Ang maalala ko, ang madilim-dilim.
Yes, madilim po.
Meron ba bang UP Pantrangko?
Feeling ko pag
Parang
bumalik
hindi ko
na
sure.
yung school.
Boycott yung mga
Kasi,
jeep. Sorry ha.
ayun,
Alam
wala
ko rin
eh.
nag-lockdown, nawalan sila ng trabaho talaga.
Mm-mm.
Diba? So
Kaya
I think
pagdadaan ka.
they cut the routes. So I'm not sure kung meron pang UP Pantrangko. Ayun.
Yeah. Kasi that's a long route. Tapos dumadaan pa
Opo.
ng SM City, di ba? SM
Opo.
North.
Sem North.
Baka Philcoa na lang ngayon.
Correct.
Ayan, sige. Parang ayoko na yata itong bunot-bunot natin. Kasi dire-diretso na yung kwentuhan natin. Kaya natin. Naalala yung mga jeep. Yung sumasakay tayo lahat ng jeep, di ba?
Yes.
Pag-apostolate.
Pag-apostolate.
May mga sasakay at pupunta sa may KNL.
Kwento ka naman, Richmond, yung KNL ay Cruz Taligas, right?
Yes.
Anong ginawa mo doon? Sige nga.
Hindi siya shoot. It's PTMC. Or PCMC
Hindi
ba yung sa
PCMC.
So, hindi pala
PCMC yung sa hospital.
Hospital.
Sa hospital
Oo.
pala.
Hospice care, oo.
It was
Shoot yun, shoot.
shoot.
Shoot ba or cut?
Cat. Sorry, cat.
Teka. Hoy, may mga
Catechism,
nakikinig.
yes.
Hi guys, sorry. Shoot means tutorial. Cat means catechism.
Catechism.
What else?
PCMC, Philippine Children's Medical Center.
Yes. Kaya di, baka mamaya na magkagulo sila. Ano pinag-uusapan nila?
Mhm. Kasi sa KNL kasi, pag magka-cut ka, pag may sasakyan ka, mahirap dahil sobrang masikip doon papunta doon sa school. So, some would just ride the jeep just to go there and do the apostolate. Yung may ibang mga sasakyan magpa-park doon sa streets bago pumasok doon sa KNL para doon na lang sila maglalakad dahil pag pumasok ka doon sa street ng KNL, mahirap bago makalabas. So, yun nga, pagdating doon, you get to teach catechism to grade schoolers, and yun nga, parang you feel na how blessed you are having yung catechism or having been taught religion sa previous high school or grade school mo. And these kids sa public school, they look forward to yung mga college students, iktos tayo na na pumupunta doon just to celebrate itong mga ganitong mga acts of charity or kindness, and be able to share it with them.
I'm curious about your apostolate also. I'm sure you have Christmas celebrations with the kids or wherever you go. What were you doing, in your, for example, in Cruz de Ligas or in PCMC? How do you, can you describe to us, especially those who are watching and listening to us, can you describe to us what do we do on Christmas?
Magkakaiba tayong apostolate. Ako PCMC talaga ako ever since. So yung PCMC, gagawa namin is every time apostolate, pupunta kami sa PCMC to visit yung mga kids. Some are terminally ill, some are staying long term sa hospital. So para siyang play therapy. So kakausapin mo lang talaga siya, kamustahin mo. And then pag Christmas, we bring toys for them, ganyan, na gift talaga sa kanila. Parang I think may isang Christmas ng PCMC, I remember may isang ictus boy na nagsuot pa siya ng parang Santa, ganyan. So basically, it's really play therapy. So kumbaga, bringing cheer dun sa mga bata na may sakit. So yun yung sa akin sa PCMC. I think sa Truth and Cat, may mga party din sila na fun din. Actually, isa sa mga pinakagusto ko din is pag pumipili ka ng Truth Kid or Cat Kid, tapos 'di ba may may wish, tapos per ictusan, parang mag-choose siya sino yung bibigyan niya nung wish na yon. So, masaya din yon kasi parang makita mo yung wish nila. Sobrang simple, pero parang ang saya-saya nila. Kunyari, hula hoop, parang may naalala ko yun yung nakuha ko nun. Hula hoop yung hiningi niya. So yun, parang ang saya lang.
Nabigay mo yung hula hoop? Were you able to grant?
Opo, Father. Parang definitely kasi parang we make sure that lahat ng wishes nila na bibigay. So, yan.
Was there a fundraising that happened with your group to collect all of those gifts, or were they from your own pockets?
Parang matching yung ganun eh. Yung yung specific na ganung activity, Father. Parang mamimili ka, magpe-pledge ka sa isang Truth Kid or Cat Kid, ganyan. So, essentially, siya, parang gift mo, parang regalo mo sa kanya, yan.
Yung sa tutorials, anong ginagawa niyo for Christmas?
Usually, Father, may parang bibigyan mo rin sila ng homework na mag-prepare for a presentation. So, usually yung mga kids, yun, may dance sila, tas kung ano man yung usong kanta nun, no? Hindi ko na maalala kung anong kanta
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti, yan.
Pababa, ganyan.
Oo, yung mga ganun. Or mga 8-8, yan. So, yung mga kids, parang sasayaw sila, ganyan. Tapos, naalala ko, may potluck din ng food. So, naalala ko, nagdala ko ng spaghetti, ganyan. Parang, may toka-toka din yung mga, yung mga ictusions on the food para ma-share din sa kids. And, wala naman COVID pa noon, no? So, parang, ibang time siya, ibang era na pwede yakapin ka talaga ng kids, ganyan, iyak sila sa'yo, or sobrang saya nila parang simple lang naman na gathering. Pero talagang, it's both meaningful for us and for them. Yun.
If you were an ictusian at this time, what do you think you would do to continue the tradition when everything's online? Okay ba tanong ko?
Hirap pa.
Ang hirap. Hindi. Pero legit kasi siya na tanong, guys, sa totoo lang, tinatanong talaga, Father, ano gagawin namin? Kasi nga, online na. O kaya, kahit na face-to-face pa, nagbabago din yung gusto ng mga bata. Hindi na yung dati. So tinatanong nila, how do we still serve the kids or serve the people that whom we are missioned to at this day and age? Sige nga, kung bilang mga magulang, sa tingin nyo ba, hindi wild idea lang, sa tingin nyo ba, kailangan ba natin i-update yung cat kit at saka yung shoot kit? Do you need to update your catechism materials? Do you need to update your tutorial materials or even the play therapy? Does that need updating?
I think sobrang iba, Father, kasi like I recognize the fact that many of the kids in Bagong Silangan or KNL do not have laptops. I mean, that's the first need for a virtual. So parang in a way na medyo kulang sila ngayon sa ano ba, theology and Christian living. Kasi si Ictus ang nagpo-provide nun sa kanila before dahil public schools naman ito. So I think talagang kailangan mag-update, no? Baka modules. And then whenever possible, yung parang ganito, ano talaga, one-on-one or one-to-many na sessions para lang ma-enrich din sila on paano ba maging mabuting Kristiyano, ganyan. In their, parang for their age, apt for their age. Ayan.
Sa tingin nyo ba, mag-raise ng funds ang Ictus para sa laptops?
Pwede.
I think more than the laptops, Father, what we need to raise for is the provision for connectivity.
Connection.
Okay,
Yes,
so
Globe connected.
okay. Salamat
Yes.
sa pag-plug, Angel.
Saka, okay, so
Plugging.
since nandito
Ito
na
na.
po ang may-ari ng Globe. At dito, what was your award nga? Mr. Globe, di ba? Ikaw ba yung Mr. Globe 2021?
Daming award ni Nikki. Buwan may award din sa Globe.
Hindi naman.
Yun na nga ganyan. Sige, so anong gagawin natin?
Oo.
Sige nga.
Well, we have kasi, to plug the technology as well, no? We've already set up what we call community Wi-Fi or Connect Tayo. We started out in mga relocation sites. Yung mga places na hindi talaga i-investan normally ng mga telco to provide them with accessible and affordable internet. Now, we are in fact working with National Housing Authority and the local government units, no, to roll this out and cut through the red tape. So, we're also working with Gawad Kalinga. And these are communities that badly need the connectivity. Kasi the cell phones, they have it. What they need is actually affordable data. What they need is, hindi na sila bibili ng device na mag-spend pa sila ng 1,000 on top of the load that they need to buy, right? So, we're trying to make it as accessible and as affordable as possible. I know we had this long conversation, Father JBoy, on satlinks, diba? Satellites. I see you doing that in your own time, and I'm really proud to say that we are friends. Kasi that's a dream for me, as a personal dream. I'd like to also dabble into satellite link ups. Kasi it will allow far-flung areas to be connected as well, no? So if you can marry our technology na Connect Tayo and your satellite, I think it will be a beautiful marriage so that we can reach more of these communities. But going back, let me regress. Haba na no? So yung pag-provide kasi, we need to update the modules. We need to update the mode of how we deliver the message. But definitely, we need to update also the language. Kasi the kids now, if you talk to them, iba na yung lingwahe nila, iba na yung pamumuhay din nila. Lahat sila digitally savvy, in fact, no? So, kailangan natin i-align, I think, the way we bring Christ into their homes. Sort of, making it cool again. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi that's what we do naman in Ictus. In whatever we do, whether it's tutorial, whether it's PCMC, playtime with the kids, whether it's KNL catechism, the center is always Christ, and we always need to show it. The showing part now, it's a bit of a challenge kasi we're doing it on a screen like this one. So if we can update it to a matter of it's now relevant to them, whether baka meron tayong mga Ictusians dyan na app developer na, di ba? Na marunong gumawa ng games, na marunong gumawa ng mga online modules and so on. Why don't we crowdsource this together? We don't really need to raise funds. Probably the resources are already there within the Ictusian community. Baka kailangan lang natin to get these people, the willing people at least to help, share the time, talent, and treasure, the resources that we have readily available. And then let's get the ball rolling. Mag-snowball din yan. Parang dati, Angel, maalala mo, formation committee tayo, di ba? Batch 1, batch 2, ganyan. Turnover tayo. Ano yung isa ko sinabi? Wala tayong pera. Wala tayong pera. Simple as that. Pero nag-snowball siya with all our fundraising. So, I think the Ictusian spirit is alive and well right now. We just need to tap into that spirit again. So, yun. And hopefully we can get that snowball rolling to
Yeah.
fund Father J-Boy whatever we intend, all these highfalutin plans that we have right now, 'di ba, of providing connectivity, laptops, modules, and so on. It starts with us. So yun.
Parang ang daming hugot.
Oo.
Ay talaga, Hugot Hour, 'di
Ganito
ba?
talaga siya. Hanggang
Oo.
nawawala siya ng hininga. Parang
Oo.
doon namin.
Na-miss ko na ictus kasi, ano ba?
Sabi nga ni Angel, iyak ka, friend.
Oo. Kasi
Ako
naman,
siguro yung hugot ko ngayon is more of yung nga parang before we learn to interact a lot physically, and now when I see my kids, they interact with their friends digitally and through online, and yung part na yung pakikitungo on how to be good to your friends online. I think those are good things that we could teach our kids, na kahit na online ka, kahit na hindi ka nakikita ng person or anonymous ka, you can be good, and you can tolerate things na hindi maayos, things na nakikita natin online na negative. We could be better people and be good practitioners of yung kung ano yung mga magandang gawin sa pakikitungo with not only with people you know, but with anyone, and that's something that we could share with kids, not only yung mga nasa family natin, but also for ictus right now, if they're trying to look at mga apostolates, these things we could possibly teach them, and hopefully mas spread natin yung mga ganitong mga good news and good ways of treating people, not only physically or yung interactions natin, but also online.
No. Do you think that our faith life can inform any course of action that we're going to take? Meaning, if we call ourselves in Christ Trust for University students, we can expand that in the trust of Christ for all those who need learning, education. Okay, and it can be that we have to recreate our apostolate by unang-una sabi nga ni Nikki, to provide connectivity first of all, because that's the network is the one that would bring everybody together, since we're all separated because of the pandemic, and how we wish that we will be the normalization will be fast, but the the management of the pandemic is not really favorable. But I'm going to say this, we are not going to return anymore to pure face-to-face. Diba? We will not anymore return to pure face-to-face the way it was before. I'm saying that because I'm in the university, I'm in education, and we're moving into what we call hybrid. That means some parts are online, some parts will be face-to-face. But that would require for many student organizations or many student religious organizations to rethink and recreate what their organization was all about when it was all just face-to-face. Okay. So yun. Sinabi nga ni Richmond, there are now two kinds of interaction. The interaction which is online and digital, and your kid is open to the global world, and you will not know what would influence them. And then in the near future, when we go blended, they will be interacting with people, but because of the pandemic, there is a lot of adjustments to do vis-a-vis relationships. So alam mo yung ganon. Angel, you've said that yun ang kinatatakutan mo. Bakit yun ang kinatatakutan mo mangyari?
Natatakot ako na parang hindi bumalik sa norm, yung sa dati, no? Kasi parang as a parent with 2 kids studying, si Zay nga 3 pa, parang nakikita ko na may kakulangan din, no, sa socialization. Kahit na anong itry ng guro ngayon na mag breakout rooms or makipag-usap sila sa kaklase nila, iba pa din talaga yung tulad ng dati na parang magkakasama tayo or yung alam mo yun, yung kita mo na talaga yung verbal and non-verbal, no? And yung pwede kayong mag-appear or mag-hug, ganyan. So, it's pressure on the parents, pero it's also kind of scary for the children na they it's not the same, yun. So, ayun. Di ko alam kung paano yung learning someday.
Yes. Generation Z, by the way, they're very, very much connected, but there are also the loneliest. Yun ang sinasabi nila. So I think that would be a great challenge for us. And I don't know with all of us who are online that even celebrations such as Easter, Christmas, birthday, kahit na pilitin natin na magkakasama tayo. Tulad ngayon, nagre-reunion tayo. Iba pa rin ito kapag we get to see each other, no? Pero mong ganin yung buhok ni Angel o ni Richmond o kaya si Nikki o kaya ikaw talaga yung ganon. Di mo nakakamiss yun? Yung kung pwede lang nagtatapikan ng ganyan. To me, those are very important gestures of closeness, which is very difficult when you are online. Are there other things? Ito curious ako kasi mga ano ba yung mga fears ninyo bilang young parents? Na alam mo, napaka-rich nung experience niyo bilang estudyante o nung lumalaki kayo, tapos biglang nagkaroon kayo ng responsibility at magulang ngayon. Ano yung pakiramdam? Naisip niyo na ba yun? What would my children be in the future? Will I become a good parent? Will I become something like that? I don't know with you. Let me ask. Nikki, gumagano ka, Nix.
Yeah, it does bother me. Gaya na sabi mga pads, no, na parang all these kids, even on YouTube Kids, no, sometimes may nakakalusot pa rin na content that's not appropriate. So, kailangan talaga nakabantay ka, but it's virtually impossible also na naka 24/7 ka sa mga anak mo. So, how then, going back to Richmond's premise kanina, how then do we train them, di ba? To think correctly at a very, very young age. And my toddler is just turned 4 years old, di ba? Mm-hmm. And the challenge now is, as they are more exposed to all these things that they see online, how then, as parents, can we actually filter and guide them? Kasi wala na yung PG-13, R18, wala na eh. You throw it out the window. The moment they step on platforms like YouTube, it's a free-for-all. Buti nga, they even put a YouTube Kids that allows a filter. Pero may nakakalusot pa rin. So, for me, it does scare me a lot, katulad nga kay Angel. But at the same time, I am comforted by the fact that these technologies are available now in this time and age na may pandemic because it allows my kids now to see the world na otherwise naka-box in lang kami sa bahay. Right? Yeah. So it's both a blessing and a curse in a way. But siguro, ang apprehension ko lang, Father, is I wish I had more time with my kids to see what they're doing online and so that I'll be there to guide them. More of that. No, I mean, it's been 2 years. Hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin yung pakiramdam ko. And I hope with the hybrid sessions happening next year, sana mabawasan yung fear kasi finally there's a teacher, finally there are classmates, there are other parents who'll be guiding along the way, di ba? I mean, it really takes a village. But kami alone, ako personally, hanggang ngayon takot ako. Takot ako with what they see online, what they see on TV. Ganun pa rin yung yung fears ko as a parent.
How do you think will you rephrase? Sorry. How do you think will you be able to guide your kids? Wala talaga akong idea. I really want to know. Na-imagine nyo ba kung paano nyo i-guide yung kids even with that difficulty? Kasi, di ba, walang censorship in the first place. But at the same time, if you censor too much, they might be shocked when they know that suddenly they know these things. So it's really, there's a tension that is imminent. But Kayo, Zay, sino yung may mga pinakamatanda na dito? Nako, kayo na Zay, di ba?
Kami,
Kayo dalawa ni
oo.
Rich.
10 years old, father. We
Yes.
have a 10. Actually, sa akin, yung online is both a gift and also sometimes a curse. Yung gift kasi yung 10-year-old namin, makita mo, when she creates something, ano kasi Roblox yung game, hindi ko, very bata pa yung mga kids nyo, hindi ko alam if you're, but they create their own world there. So,
Yes.
may times na sobrang siyang nagla-light up talaga when she shows me, Mommy, look at the house na ginawa ko, ganyan. And then she takes me through the house. So parang, paano mo nagawa yan? Ganyan. So, that's the gift part na parang they get to exercise yung creativity, masaya siya. Pero on the opposite end din, parang scary din nga kasi parang exposed siya sa mga taong minsan may mean words na sinasabi, ganyan. So, parang to me, parang yung easiest way is at least, kumbaga, as long as alam nung bata ano yung mali at tama, at least yun yung foundation nila. Minsan pupunta sila sa akin, Mommy, this person in Roblox said something mean to me. Sasabihin ko lang sa kanya, then don't mind that person and then tell them that what they said is mean. Ganon. Kumbaga, parang you
Yeah.
try to inject or incorporate na lang yung little learnings na parang paano ba maging maayos, ganyan, or paano niya ma-avert yung bad situation, ganon. So, ganun yung ginagawa namin dun sa kids namin. Kasi honestly talaga, hindi namin makontrol yung screen time and online gaming time because they are 3, we're both working. So, yun na lang, parang ini-incorporate na lang namin na parang, yung enthusiasm mo dyan, dapat i-translate mo rin sa school or how you are, ganon. Parang so it's really parang trying to parang not naman adjust to them, pero kumbaga relate to them. Kasi yun na talaga parang hindi mo na mababago yung how they are, what they like, 'di ba? Yun na yung kinalakihan So yun, yung sa 10 namin, actually sa kanya kami pinaka parang walking on eggshells kasi hindi kami pasanay because kung bata
Bago.
pa kami. Bata pa kami, tapos 10 na siya. Tapos medyo preteen levels na siya. So parang it's new territory for us. That's why lucky kami na sa school nila, Assumption sila all, very active sila magbigay ng talks for parents, ganyan. Very on mental health, mental wellness, resilience, kasi alam nilang yun yung nagiging problem ngayon. Yun yung where the kids are a bit struggling, 'di ba? In terms of yung emotional quotient nga, medyo dun sila naglalag. So,
Yung EQ.
yun. Nagno-notes
Curious
talaga ako
ako.
pag ganun, Father. As in parang, oh my God, na-apply ko to ganyan.
Oo. Paano sila magre-respond? How do they respond to the things that you learn from all of these webinars from school? Do they respond well?
Actually, mas for me ata yun, Father. Kasi parang, yung tinuturo dun at least from what they've said sa mga seminar, it's really you adjusting your expectations, your standards, kasi nga iba na rin yung situation So it's more my mindset now when I talk to them na parang hindi na parang ba't hindi yan 10/10 ganyan. More of iintindihin mo ano yung naging struggle, ganyan. So it's really more on my end rather than sa kanila. And hopefully, yung the way I manage them, yun yung magmamanifest sa kanila. And hindi na rin sila mas stress or kumbaga parang hindi na kami nag-a-add to their stress. Pero that's on good days, Father. Honestly.
Yeah.
Kasi syempre pag stressed ako, di ba, parang wala na nga. Zero ka na, ganyan. So, but definitely, nandun yung consciousness, at least the consciousness sa amin ni Rich, nandun naman na parang, kasi ganito na yan. So, dapat ganito natin siya intindihin. Ganyan. So,
what does it mean to become... Okay, Rich,
go ahead,
say...
Father. There are just times that for parents, especially now na yung nga parang nagiging parang teachers rin kami, mahirap na you expect a lot and sometimes yung kids will not be able to perform or deliver to your expectation. So yung nga kudos to sa mga teachers talaga na every day pag nagtuturo sila na yung patient sila and yung kanilang understanding sa sa mga kids and for me as a dad, yun yung parang gusto kong or yun yung continuously na ginagawa ko na maintindihan ko na like, kids are being stressed by parents, and for me as the adult, I should be the one to really be more understanding and be more patient sa kanila more than them just trying to show me na ay kaya kong gawin yung pinapagawa ni dad or whatsoever. So it's also a learning experience for parents itong whole uh yung e-school sa bahay na kami yung learning assistant, kami ni Zay at times nga may mga challenge rin kami. Sino ba yung magtuturo, sino yung mag-rest, or yung mga ganun na mga homeworks na kailangan pagtulungan rin talaga ng mag-asawa na kailangan before 9 p.m. okay na lahat ng mga homework and so on. And yun nga, pati rin yung mga online activities rin nila. Siguro what I could share is that I try to be interested dun dun sa mga gusto nila online. So pinapakwento ko sila kung ano yung mga nakikita nila or
Yeah.
kung ano yung mga na nagustuhan nila. Sometimes you watch with them para at least you get to understand rin kung ano yung mga pinapanood nila kahit na very childish yung mga games, pero at least you get to see their interest and what makes them happy and guide them pag may mga nakikita ka ng mga mali, mga words na dapat hindi nila ginagamit. So yun na lang siguro yung mga tip na mabibigay ko dito.
Yeah. I think that's very good, Rich at saka Zay, kasi parang parenting now is more like an accompaniment more than yung dating parent na very authoritarian, etc., di ba? Yung tipong ngayon parenting means you are going to sail with your kids. They are discovering the world and you are also discovering their world, alam mo yun. Together. I think that's a very good hugot or lesson that we can get from our show today. Si Angel, gusto ko rin tanongin kasi si Noah ay nag-aaral na, di ba? So, ikaw din, ano yung mga pwedeng tips na
Tips from an ictosian parent. Si Noah, medyo maswerte kami na narinig niyo ba siya? Hey, quiet guys.
Yes.
Si Noah kasi very siya, introspective. Yan. So, dati pa lang, parang mga 2 pa lang siya, father, gusto na niya talaga mag-Jesuit. Kaya kahit pinipilit namin siya mag-aral dito sa schools malapit sa amin, gusto niya talaga Ateneo kasi gusto daw niya maging Jesuit. Pero hindi naman tayo sure doon, no?
My God, kinakabahan ako.
Magbabayad ako ng utang.
Nagbabayad yan.
Okay lang yan. So, siya, parang grade 1 pa lang. So, medyo mahaba pa yung medyo malayo na rin kanila, Zay and Richmond. Talaga, father, tinatry namin to limit gadget use. Medyo mahirap siya kasi both Ryan and I, parang very busy. Same as Nikki and Nikki's wife and Zay and Richmond. I think most parents talaga na my age, nasa parang mga corporate slaves. So, aminin na natin yan, guys. Yun, parang I'm thankful na my mom sometimes helps out, my sister sometimes helps out. Parang it really takes a village, and siguro meron kaming mga household meetings na ina-align ko. Kunyari, dapat ito exam week to ni Noah, ganyan. Ito yung schedules nilang dalawa. Tapos bawal sila mag-TV ng ganitong time. Talaga, manghila ko ng support sa kanila. Tapos kinakausap ko rin yung kids to make sure na yun, play is important, studying is important. Parang kanikwento ko pa kay Noah, father, na pag naging scholastic ka, your primary responsibility is to study. So, kanya yung sinasabi ko sa kanya para yun. Okay naman sila so far. Pero, minsan nakaka-pressure din, father, kasi naririnig ko yung mga classmates na Noah na nasa Amerika ngayon, or parang, gonna go to Disneyland, or, my dad bought a $30,000 phone. Hindi ko naman sure kung totoo. Pero, tinatry ko kasi silang i-shield sa masyadong consumeristic, I guess, na pamumuhay. So, we try to live simply din. Yan. So, ano lang talaga, Father, manindigan sa
Yun
kung
na nga.
ano yung mag-work for your values as a family.
Okay, Nikki, paliwanag mo naman ito sinulat mo sa chat box. Huwag ka lang mag-chat box.
Hindi. Sinusupport ko yung sinabi ni Angel kanina.
Game.
On the screen time. Okay. Hindi siya tip kasi natutunan ko rito sa ibang parents. Ano ba? Okay. So yung limiting the screen time, what we observed is mas nagiging disiplinado si Drew. Ours is a 4-year-old nursery student na syempre, pag may nakita siyang iPad, mami can I use it? Automatic yan. So what we did was, bigyan mo lang sila ng freedom so that they can, kumbaga, self-regulate their freedom. So anong nangyayari? Mondays to Thursday, walang screen time. I'm sorry. Stick to si daddy at mommy. Pero Friday through Sunday, you have 30-minute bursts within the day. Ano yung bursts na yan? After lunch, after nap time, and after setting the table, yung mga chores na binibigay namin na maliliit. Para alam nila na hindi to automatic, guys. You still have to earn your freedoms. 'Di ba? You still have to earn that screen time of yours. Tapos, isa pa sa mga natutunan namin during this pandemic is watching movies together. Ayan. Ang ganda, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Katulad nila Rich, parang how then do we make ourselves relevant to them also? We understand their likes, their wants. At the same time, yung content na kinokonsume nila, 'di ba? Sino ba naman makakaakala na pati Rainbow Dash natutunan ko na rin, 'di ba? So, 'di ba? So, namimili na rin
My
kami
Little
mo.
Pony.
My Little
Alam
Pony.
ko yan.
'Di ba? Tapos apparently meron pa silang ibang version, mga ganyan. So anyway, long story short, this is the screen time. Ito yung good side of it. Kanina I shared my fears about it. Ngayon ito naman yung good side na parang it brings us together. And I think what happens is kapag sabay kayo nanonood, katulad ng sabi ni Rich kanina, nagkakaroon ng interaction, nagkakatanungan, right? Daddy, what's happening? Or Daddy, ano yung ibig sabihin ng sinabi niya ng character and so on. So, dito po pasok ngayon yung guidance na real time. Na ay, ang cute naman nun. Hi, Noah. Si Noah ba?
Si Noah yun.
Sorry.
Sabi niya, SM daw, SM.
Nasa na daw yung Kinder Joy. Nasa na daw yung Kinder Joy.
Kinder Joy. Hala. Hinanap talaga. Oo. Si Sunny na ang bago. Correct, Jay. So, di ba? Parang, etong screen time na to allows us now to actually connect with our own kids, with our own families.
Yes.
Na kahit gaano kayo ka-busy, I think ito yung nabigay naman nitong lockdown and pandemic na to na wala na tayong travel time, 'di ba? Dati 3 hours inuubos mo sa kalsada, busy to the house. Ngayon, matik, pagka-shutdown mo, it's really time for them na you know, in a way maganda na lumabas out of this experience. But yun lang, again, no, I'm still learning from a lot of co-parents like Zay and Rich and Angel. Kami ni Angel, madalas kami magtanungan yan. Kasi syempre, I would bank on your experience, ano yung mga natutunan nyo with your kids. So that, for my kids also, ma-share ko rin, di ba, kung ano yung mga naging experience ninyo. And I'm thankful na itong ang community natin is still alive and well. Ayan. Sige.
Yeah. Una-una, I can't help but admire you guys. Parang hindi ko naman ma-imagine na ganito na kayo magsalita. No? Parang di ba? Parang nung college kayo, puro katarantaduhan niya.
Relax.
Parang hindi kami ganun, Father.
Hindi kami ganun.
Ni Angel.
Kami lang ni Zaya.
Walang yaka, Angel.
Lahat na natutunan ko.
Wow, talaga. Responsible parents. Dapat pala may development talaga from responsibility to responsibility. Diba?
Saka tingnan mo naman, Father, 2 babae yung anak niya.
Oo nga.
Paano kami 3?
Sila kayo 3. Di ba?
Parang mabait naman si Rich.
Anong ibig sabihin nun?
Ayan. Kaya, salita ka, Nikki, para makita ka sa radyo.
Ayan. This is Toby.
Hi, Toby.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Toby. So cute.
Di ba? Dapat meron tayong family reunion, no? Mag-share ng notes ng
Sa Davao,
parenting.
Father.
Pero ano nga, alam nyo ba, ito nagkikwentuhan kayo lahat. Sa biglang iisip ko sarili ko, ibang-iba kayo magsalita compared sa mga magulang na kaedad ko. Bakit ko sinasabi yon? Ang mga estudyante ko, ang kanilang parent, kaedad ko. Generation X. Okay? Tapos, kayo ay more or less batang parents. You're millennial, di ba? Tama, no? Why?
Gen X.
The
You're-
older millennial. Hindi pa tayo
Oh,
older millennial.
Parang older millennial. The way you
Research.
would parent your kids is now different from Generation X or even the generation before Generation X. I just want to make that observation na talagang alam mo kung paano pumasok sa mundo ng bata. Kasi yung sinasabi niyo mga star, whatever, ang alam ko StarCraft eh.
Father character po yan sa My Little Pony.
Ano to? Si Sunny. Sunny Star Scout. Di ba kaya?
Saka si Rainbow Dash.
Sa Rainbow Dash. Sino ba yung Rainbow Dash? Yung may ganyan, parang unicorn. Ito ba yun?
Hindi, Father. May wings siya.
Ano?
May wings po siya. Tapos rainbow yung main niya.
Yes.
My gosh, hindi ko na alam yan.
Pegasus siya, Pegasus.
Pegasus, parang ganon. Yun na nga, parang yun, that's the one thing that I really want to ask. Ngayon, babalik tayo dun sa pinag-usapan natin as parent. No? So, ang tanong ngayon, how would you celebrate, Christmas with them? Will it be different from the way you would celebrate it before? Or has it changed? What were the traditions that you would like to retain? Yung mga ganyan. What would you get or cull from your past experiences that you wanted to be more or less the tradition that your kids also would like to that you would like to pass on to your kids? Siyempre nagtatanong na ako kasi malapit na tayo matapos. Parang ang bilis naman itong
Ang bilis naman.
Oo nga. Nikki, sabihin mo na, sambang gabi, mali pa yung spelling mo eh.
Oo nga, simbang gabi guys, sorry naman, nagtatype ako. Ayan, simbang gabi, di ba? Kasi obligado kang gumising alas 4, alas 5, pupungas-pungas ka pa, tapos hindi ka pa siguro tututbrush. Pero, di ba, ano siya eh.
Ganun ka ba noon sa simbang gabi?
No? Aba, syempre, hindi. So,
kasi alam ko nagpapakit ka, di ba?
Uy, relax. Oo, totoo yan.
Sige.
Kanino?
ka?
Loko ka, Angel. Kami
Kay
nila
Gabi.
Oo. Sa Lasal kami nagsisimbang
Ay,
gabi noon. Ngayon, lahat
Hi,
virtual
Gabi.
na, diba?
Ganyan. Alam kasi namin yung past.
Ay, teka. Wala na yata ako internet. Wait na.
Medyo mahaba, Father, ang time niya.
Ilan ba?
Oo nga. Baka magkaroon kaya tayo ng February episode na puro love life lang.
Yes.
Busy ako nun. Sige. Simbang gabi is one of them. Kasi sa dulo, syempre, may lugaw, may goto. Aros caldo pala, sorry. But, these traditions.
Yung lugaw, ayaw mo ng lugaw?
Siyempre, lugaw tayo.
Lugaw is essential, guys.
Yes,
lugaw is essential.
Correct.
Tandaan mo yan. Di ba? Ayan.
Yan.
So sana lang ma-relieve natin to post-pandemic. Yan, yung mga simbang gabi. Di ba? Kasi ngayon lahat virtual. And hopefully, maging mas safe na rin after that. Kayo guys, ano pa yung mga traditions na looking forward tayo na maibalik?
Kami reunion siguro, no, with family and friends. Parang, I think this will be the second year na parang almost immediate family lang talaga. Ang kinikip lang namin na tradition is mataas yung EQ namin, no? So yung mga gifts na natatanggap namin, 24 ng gabi lang namin sila bubuksan after the Mass and Noche Buena. So parang yun yung kinikip namin na secret tradition sa family namin. Ayan.
Nagme-medyas ka pa rin ba?
Medyas. Yung stockings?
Yung stockings?
Meron, Father. Pero parang di sila, kay Santa Claus. Hindi namin sila niloko.
Oh my God, kami niloko namin sila pero hindi man nila narinig ngayon. But yes, hanggang ngayon, yun naman yung sa amin na parang they still write kay Santa, ganyan. Nasa socks sila. So, yun. So, mahirap kapag kakaiba yung hiningi kasi parang, hala, saan hahanapin to?
Peace on earth, ganyan, Zay.
Oo. Sana, di ba? Hindi mga laruan. Pero siguro kami, hindi kami masyadong ma-tradition, pero same ng sinabi ni Angel nga, yung reunion. Kasi, parang naalala ko nung bata ako, parang parating pag reunion, ikaw yung pinapakanta or pinapa-perform pag ikaw yung pinakabata or yung mga bata bago bigyan ng aginaldo. So, wala na yun ngayon because hindi nga nagkita nung last Christmas and then etong Christmas hindi namin sure. So, yun, sana ganun para at least kumbaga parang lalo na yung second daughter namin, sobrang niyang hilig kumanta. So, yung mga singing ganyan, sana yung mga caroling ganun, parang ma-experience din nila. Kasi dati naaliw sila pag may carolers, pero ngayon wala, halos wala na talaga. So, hopefully, after after everything, ma-experience ulit nila yung ganung joy, ganyan.
Ano tong quarantines na sinasabi mo, Angel?
Yung parang sa bukas palad din or yung mga different choirs na
Yeah.
in quarantine pero kayang kumanta together. So yun, natuto talaga kami ng new skill, no? Sa bukas palad or sa other, na mag-record on our own. So audio muna bago mag-video. I think gawin natin yan for Ictus Choir. Since maraming magagaling sa atin sa music. Father, gawin
Yeah.
natin yan.
Tapos parang wala nang ngayon, 'di ba? Parang unlimited, 'di ba? You can all
Correct.
be in one.
Oo. So meron kaming
Pwede.
ganun, Father, sa family, quarantine. I-share ko sa simbang gabi.
Meron kayong
Pero sa-
balak na bagong tradition na talagang pampamilya nyo lang? Nag-iisip ba kayo? At the very least, considering a new tradition for the family? Na siguro iba?
Ako, baka parang, actually, ginagawa na namin. We always ask our girls. Ang daming anak, so 3. So, ang daming gamit. So, parang we always ask them to, ano ba yung gusto nyo i-donate, ganyan. I think yun, parang, hindi siya siguro tradition, pero it's something na, alam nilang parang, mommy, parang, I want to keep this, or, alam nila yung keep or donate, ganon. So, maybe something like that. Pero, siguro, to improve that, baka mas i-connect pa namin na why are we doing? Kasi ngayon, it's more like parang, ang dami nyo ng gamit, ganyan. But siguro to add to, to that parang experience.
Yes.
Baka we can add that, aspect of it na why do we even do this? Ganyan. So,
Yeah, because what I know about Generation C, the why is important.
Yeah.
Diba? They're not just following. They do not want...
Purpose-driven sila.
Yes, purpose-driven yung kanila. Yeah. If there are things that you would like to retain in Ictus that has been part of our lives, what would you retain if you're going to talk to the young Ictusians? Car stuffing ba yun? O kaya ano nga ba yun yung nagdadamit
Titan Ictus.
Titan Ictus. And why would you retain that one? Okay. Si Ricky,
Okay.
ano ba naman? Taga-Globe ka pero puro ka naman chat. Sabihin mo na.
Yes. Sa akin siguro dahil coming from also a Catholic school going to UP, yung refuge mo for faith is something that was brought by an organization like Ictus. So having that kind of organization in Ictus, in UP, still very valuable, especially for those na talagang very inclined to have a connection with sa faith nila, and sharing it with people who has the same drive and passion into teaching catechism, going to PCMC and so on. Yun yung you would flock with people like them, and yun nga, you go to caroling, you go to math during noon time just to sing. Nakakamiss, and sana yun nga continuous pa rin yung ganun na natin na activity sa Ictus. Hopefully pagdating na time na students are welcome back to to the UP grounds, and ayun, sana ganun pa rin.
Nax. Yun, ba't ang dami kong feels nun, Richmond? Ang daming
Yung
feels.
yung noon may math talaga. Parang hindi kayo obliga na pumunta sa noontime 30-minute na mass, but you still go there dahil that's your nourishment of faith, and yung nga, sharing it with people na you're close with, and right now I'm with. It's one of the best experiences that I had when I was studying in UP.
Yeah, I remember that. I say mass at noontime. Kailan tayo kumakanta? Do you sing at noontime or do you sing in the
Mondays.
afternoon?
Mondays na
Monday
noon.
noon.
Tapos yung CSC natin, Father, yung Sunday. Third ba? Basta may one Sunday tayo
Yes.
na Catholic Students Community naman.
Yeah. What other thing that kasi meron akong tanong later on. Biglang naisip ko kanina na nagsasabi si Richmond. No? The traditions that we would like to keep as part of Ictus. Many of you said the service, fellowship, prayer and teaching. And why would you like to retain that? And just in case na yung mga anak nyo ay lumaki na, will you ask them to consider Ictus? Or an organization would develop their faith? Napaka-obvious ng aking tanong, pero gusto ko malaman kung what would you like them to imbibe?
Ako siguro, Father, wala akong college org, no? So parang my whole time was spent in Ictus talaga. And I think it was time well spent. Parang dati tinatakot nila ako na, naku, wala kang econ org or BA org. Parang baka di ka mag-succeed in life. Ayan. Pero I think parang yung mga natutunan ko sa Ictus on pakikisama, parang being strong in your beliefs, I think propelled me to know who I am, and parang also in the workplace now, and now that I have my own family, keep things together.
Yeah.
Despite the pandemic. Siguro ang maganda sa Ictus ngayon, Father, kasi for a time si Danny was the teacher na parang advisor nila, and parang kinikwento niya na nakakalungkot before was dwindling na yung membership, parang wala na masyadong activity. Pero napansin ko, thanks also to Mark Puro, no, who is working in the parish now, na parang nabubuhay ulit, and the celebrations in Ictus might be virtual, but it's also very meaningful. Nakasali nga ako dun sa isang rosary ng mga first 2 batches ng Ictus with Dennis, and nakita ko na parang, ganun, baka maging ganun din kami someday, no? Na parang close na close pa rin sila after 40 years. So, yun. Hopefully, si Noah and si Via would also be attracted, no, to an org like Ictus, if Ictus will still be there, and if they go to UP
Yes.
yan, in college.
Meron akong naalala yung, di ba nag-overnight tayo kasi magsisimbang gabi na?
Yes.
Naalala
Tayo
niyo?
nun.
Pero nag-overnight tayo, kaya lang nagtatakbuhan kasi late na. Dahil hindi natulog, nagchichismisan lang, ganyan. Pero ito malapit na tayo matapos. We're more or less 15 minutes from the end of our conversation. What are the things that you think should not change in Ictus? And this goes through to all religious organizations to ask the same question. What do you think should not change as history changes? There will be a lot of changes, of course, but will there be things that should not change? And the second question is that, what do you think can be changed? Parang dead air bigla.
I think the four core values of ICTU should not change. Yun nga, yung teaching, fellowship, service, and prayer. And the way it revolves around Christ. These are the basic tenets at how ICTU survived all these 40 years, di ba?
Yeah.
And it has been passed on from generation to generation. And I think it's a beautiful thing to pass on to the next ones. If there's anything that should be changed, it's the mode of how we deliver the message. Di
Yes.
ba? And right now, yung sinasabi nga ni Angel na even mga rosaries are done virtually, everything's online. It really has to go with the flow, di ba? But without losing the message, without losing the values. So yun, I think the values should be remain intact, pero the way it's communicated should evolve. The language should evolve, and so that we will hit the right market. Yung fino-form pa natin ngayon na college students, yun naman ang target ng ICTUS, di ba? Yung fino-form natin na minds and hearts, it really has to be relevant to them. Yep.
Yeah. Parang it would be greatly help if we get to know the profile or the context of the people we're serving. Diba? So it's relevant to all religious organizations, even organization in general, or even so are doing our own service. Context is important. So thanks. Salamat na Nikki Nax. Parang it's very Ignatian pedagogical paradigm. For St. Ignatius, that's the first thing in teaching. Ask who are you going to teach? Who are the people who will be recipients of the Word of God? So, napaka-importante yun. So yun.
Ako, I agree with what Nikki said. Yun nga, parang to keep yung four, parang yung teaching, fellowship, service, and prayer.
Yeah.
And then, okay din yung sinabi mo, Father, parang if there's some sort of profiling na pwede nilang gawin. Kasi iba-iba yung expressions ngayon ng bata sa faith life. Kasi pwede namang hindi nila memorize masyado yung kung what's in the Bible, the books of the Bible. Pero the way they manifest their faith, iba. So, parang yun, it's good to know kung paano ba nila pinapakita yung faith nilang yun. Para at least, yung activities that you do, pwedeng i-relate mo dun sa how they express their faith. So, feeling ko kasi ngayon, sobrang dami nilang modes or parang venues to express their faith, diba? So, I think yun yung one of the things nga na pwedeng maging okay, especially for all the for all orgs na religious or mga social civic na religious orgs.
Yes.
Kasi para ma-match mo din, 'di ba? Parang sa marketing lang din 'yan. Parang mina-match mo talaga kung ano yung profile and what's more relatable to them. So para at least the engagement, syempre you'll expect higher engagement kasi that's how they wanna share their faith, or that's how they wanna show their faith in action. So yep.
And of course with that, di ba, your vision of the organization.
Yes. Ako parang feeling ko talaga parang to me ICTUS sobra siyang monumental thing sa UP life ko. Especially same ako with Angel. I think meron akong college orgs na, pero parang si ICTUS talaga yung parang it was really parang a significant part of my college education. So, and who I am today also as a mom, as a wife, and as a parent, di ba? Na parang you just cling on faith, di ba? Na your kids also have that faith. Kumbaga parang dinadasal mo na lang din na hopefully they find it in their hearts. Kasi wala naman din pumilit sa atin, di ba, to join ICTUS. So hopefully they have that, maybe not a similar journey, pero hopefully they find somewhere they can also strengthen their faith. Mapa-ICTUS man yan or sa ibang school or whatever. Pero yeah, I think prayer, anchor it on prayer na they're guided also when they get to that age.
Yun ang pinaghuhugutan mo rin ng kumbaga rason para kung bilang parent, 'di ba? Yung experiences mo rin noon.
Yeah.
Napaka-importante.
Kumbaga parang hindi ko naman din parang ipa-prescribe na sana ganun. But my hope is that they find something like ICTUS in their life para to strengthen nga that faith, 'di ba?
Max, pwede rin makatira, why not?
Pwede naman, Father, kung ma-afford namin. 3 yun eh.
Ang daming paraan kaya. Joke na lang. Okay, sobrang curious talaga ako nung ito, magiging open ba ang alumni? Ito naman alumni, 'di ba? Pinag-usapan natin yung magiging open ba ang alumni na yung paraan ng mga bata ay iba na. Sabi nga ni yung mode ng delivery. Halimbawa, sa video games na, e-game. Kunwari, mag-react ba kayo o hindi?
Feeling ko interesting yun. Kunyari, gamify mo yung faith. Parang, feeling ko fun siya. Siguro kasi parang yung innovations kasi ako, that's my profession. So, feeling ko, it's gonna be fun to see kung paano magre-react. And ano din yung magiging quality of di ba? Parang learning and engagement if i-gamify mo yung something like that.
So for example, di ba, even in catechism, there's a gradation. So pwedeng stage 1 muna, ganyan. You cannot go to stage 2 if hindi mo narating to, ganyan. Pwede i-gamify, ganyan. Or what would you do if you are Elijah the prophet, ganyan. So something like
or
that.
Yung parang choose your own adventure, di ba?
Choose your own adventure.
Parang person from the Bible, tapos pipiliin niya. Tapos kung mali,
why not, di ba? Why not? Sobrang lumihis na tayo sa topic natin ng Christmas, but never mind kasi palagi ko napaka-importante sa usapang Pasko, ang usapang values, ang usapang parenting, because you can find all of those in the season of Christmas. Christmas is about the family. Christmas is about values. Christmas is about people whom you focus on, hindi ba? And to me napaka-importante pinag-usapan natin ang parenting in the now. Kasi hirap ang ibang mga parents. Siguro they will learn a lot from you. Some of them even are not in social media. So yun yung ito lang, punta na tayo mas mababa. Ano yung maalala niyong kanta na lagi niyong babalikan na, "Hi, Iktus, naalala ko ang Iktus." Ganyan. Angel, nakatawa ka dyan,
Yung mga bukas palad na songs talaga. Paglamig ng hangin. O
Sige,
kaya...
sample.
Baka makick out ako sa bukas palad.
Okay lang kung makick out ka sa bukas palad yan.
Sige na nga. Si Father. Narito na ang Pasko at nangungulilang puso ko. Hanap-hanap, pinapangarap, init ng pagsasalong, dikip sa tuwa ng mag-anak na nagdiwang sa sabsaban noong unang Pasko. Thank you.
Ano sabi mo, Nikki? Sabihin mo nga sa radyo.
Ang ganda pa rin ng boses, di ba, ni Angel? Oh, yun.
Walang kakupas-kupas.
Thanks,
True.
friends.
Pwede i-Gcash lang. Paglamig ng hangin, favorite talagang kantayin niya, no? Pangsawi ba yan? Napaka-emo. Di ba?
Oo, napaka-emotional niya.
Di ba?
Very quiet, lonely Christmas. Yan.
Meron ba kayong maalala pang kanta ng Christmas?
Ako favorite ko yung Pasko na. Pasko, di ba pag caroling, parang yun talaga parang
Yun yung
feel
last.
ng mga tao. Yung energy, parang
Yes.
bigay na bigay.
Anchor mo. Oo.
Sige,
Yung
katay mo nga,
lalo yung part
Kate.
na
Zig!
lagot ka,
Sample!
Hindi ako pwede. Si Angel na lang.
Bakit hindi? Kaya...
Pang maramihan yun, Father eh. Feel na feel mo yung di ba? Pag manang.
Pasko
Sabayan,
na.
Pasko na. Yan.
Ay, nakakamiss. Nakakamiss talaga mag-caroling din. Saan kayo usually pumupunta pag nag-caroling?
Yung mga magbibigay sa amin, Father, ng ng pamasko. Kasi ginagamit namin yung funds na yon to, to fund the scholars, yung education ng scholars namin. I think nung time namin nila Zay and Nikki and Richmond, meron kaming parang mga 16 or 17 na scholars.
Yeah.
So, ang dami nila na
Where do they go?
kailangan namin kumita.
Usually,
Iba-ibang
Iba-iba.
schools yun eh.
Iba,
May
public
parang
schools,
public. Meron
Mm-mm.
ding college na. Yan.
Mm-mm.
napakaganda kasi mismong itong mga scholars na to, nanggagaling talaga to sa initiative ng ICTUS, no? At palagay ko yung scholarship na yan ay magpatuloy bilang pamasko sa lahat ng nangangailangan. Hindi ba ganyan? Okay, before we end, ito na lang. Ano yung kung last words mo para sa mga taong nakikinig sa atin, lalo-lalo na nag-isip sila na yung mukha talaga ng Pasko nagbabago-bago depende kung nasaan tayo. Marami tayong mukha ng Pasko ng face-to-face, mukha ng Pasko kapag online, at yung mukha ng Pasko sa araw-araw na buhay, which we continually live out, di ba? To me, Ictus lives out the values of Christmas. Obvious naman yun eh. The fellowship, the prayer, the focus on Jesus being Christ-centered, the apostolate, the responsibility. Kaya ngayon sa bukas palad, snacks, yung the work of Christmas, sobrang gustong-gusto ko yun na kanta na yun. Diyan katay mo nga, di ba alam, no?
Grabe ka, memorize ko yun.
Kaya,
Excuse me. Memorize ko po.
And then kahit yung lyrics na lang, di ba yung sinasabi na
The song of angels are stilled. When the song of angels is stilled, when the scars in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins.
Nax. So, yung pangalawa, yun ang pinaka-importante. To find the lost,
to heal
the broken, to
build nations and bring peace among brothers, to make
and
music
sisters
in our hearts.
Yes, ganyan. Parang gusto kong i-end itong usapan natin to. Parang nabitin ako. Usapan to na importante na yung diwa ng Pasko ang dinalagay natin sa araw-araw. At karamihan sa mga ito ay mga bagay na natutunan natin sa ating nakaraang buhay. At patuloy na gusto natin isabuhay sa kasakulukuyang panahon. At saka sana, tulad ng sinabi ni Zay at saka ni Richmond, na sana ganun din yung makuhang values ng mga bata. And as Nico would say, di ba, these are things that would not change, right? But true, the mode will change because history changes. Technology changes very fast, and therefore our life would change. And I think for the end of the Hugot Hour this 2021, okay, and of course we'll be back on January. We'll talk more about these things, parenting the next generation, raising faith-filled kids, which already Zay, Rich, Nikki, and Angel has shared to us. I think it's very important as a topic for discussion because many people will be helped by your experiences. And I can say that, especially those who are my generation, I think matutuwa yung mga parents na kabatch ko na marinig itong ginagawa niyo bilang parents. And yun naman talagang Christmas, yung pamilya, si Maria at si Jose, inalagaan nila si Jesus, di ba? Nang maayos. That is why Christmas ends actually in the celebration when Jesus was 12 years old. Yes. Finding Jesus in the temple, di ba? And he grew with grace. And I think that's exactly what you're doing. So again, I'm so proud of all of you. Nax.
Thank you also, Father, for being Jesus to us. You know, you were my, I say this with, you were my first Jesuit friend. And parang in UP, parang you were really the light that helped us also to be closer to Jesus. So in behalf of all the Ictusians.
Nax.
Thank you.
Second
Siyempre, I
that.
love ko rin kayo ba?
So, di ba parati ko sinasabi, Father, na you are such a blessing. Kumbaga, to so many. Parang yung students mass, it's one of the, I feel na parang it's gonna be one of your UP legacies talaga, di ba? Parang
Yeah.
you made the mass cool, di ba? Parang kami naman,
Yeah.
oo, kahit anong mass pupunta.
Kahit
Pero,
ano inuutos lang niya sa atin, ano?
Totoo.
di ba? Saan ka nakita ng may Filipiniana dancers? O, di ba? Yan.
May
Yes,
pambanda siya.
Birthday ni Van yesterday, by the way. Hi, Van.
Hi, Van.
So, yun.
Thank you, Father.
Maraming salamat, really, for guesting here in Radio Katipunan. It was a very, very fruitful session. Dapat may second time tayo nito, no? Imitay natin yung iba para magkwento.
Yes.
There's another one coming. Baka, let's talk about love. Love talaga. Gusto-gusto ng mga bata pag love talagang topic. So, again, thank you very much, Zay, Rich, Nikki, and Angel for guesting. Okay, so hi, there you go, guys. Nakita nyo man aking estudyante, and I'm so happy that they have changed a lot. Sa totoo lang, namamangha talaga ako. Sa totoo lang, iba ang quality ng mga conversations namin dati, okay, mga biruan. Iba na talaga pagkakausapin mo sila kasi parents na. Siguro, hindi ko alam kapag tumanda na ako, makikita ko rin sila na hindi lang parents, baka mga lolo na, magkuusapan natin yun. Hindi man yung pwede, hindi pa naman magtatagal yun eh. Pero really, our celebration of the liturgical seasons, not just Christmas, but also Easter or even in ordinary times, the tradition they keep on staying because the values are always there. The values that reflects God will always be true to all of us. But the mode, as Nico would say, will be different. So tandaan po natin na ang pagdiriwang ng Pasko, kahit tayo ay online, ay hindi pa rin mawawala. At yung value ng Pasko, kahit online, hindi pa rin mawawala. At yung pagsasama natin na hala naiyak ko, at pag-iibigan natin lahat ay hindi mawawala kahit na napakahirap na hiwalay tayo lahat. Pero sana in the near future, we will be able to see each other safely and we will be able to know that what we learned in this pandemic is that love remains. So there. So guys, as we always say, if you have topics that concerns you and you would like me to consider them here at the Hugot Hour, always message me on my social media accounts at JBoy Gonzales SJ. As you know, on Twitter, Instagram, my YouTube channel, and also on TikTok. Watch out for my upcoming podcast. It's called jescom.ph, Juice at Jos. We will talk about very thorny topics like LGBTQIA and the rest, and you'll meet many of my friends and many of the couples I have guided in this podcast, and it's one of the topics we're going to talk about, but only in the ambit of faith, only on Spotify. So good night, everyone. This is Father JB Gonzales, your host, wishing you really a very meaningful Christmas. See you all on January 3 Monday as we open a new year. Maraming salamat po. Good night, Katipuneros, and good night, Katipuneras.
Nice.
That was nice.
The Hugot session is now closed. See you next week for another episode of the Hugot Hour with Father JBoy and friends. Subscribe to Father JBoy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at JBoy Gonzales SJ and radyo-katipunan socials for more Hugot. This has been the Hugot Hour with Father JBoy and friends.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, radyo. Pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela.